When we started 26 years ago, we pointed at the problem. Now we are working with the solutions, and we work with a wide range of environmental issues: pollution, energy, nuclear. We are working very much with creating solutions that is more than sustainable. They should also be restorative and have a carbon negative perspective.
Okay, and we keep hearing here that we need to have more action and less talking. You're working here in Qatar itself with action, as well as the talking. I guess the talking never stops, but more action than talking. Explain what you're doing here.
Now here we have built, together with our partners here in Qatar, Yara and CAFCO, we have built a unique facility where we use what we have too much of to produce what we need more of.
Okay, what do we have too much of and what do we need more of?
We have too much CO2, of course, and we have a lot of desert, seawater, and we use this to produce fresh water, food, electricity, and bioenergy.
Right, which is exactly what we need in the world, to use what we have too much of for what we really need. But what does that cost? I mean, what about the cost of turning what we have too much of into what we need? Can that be counterproductive, or have you found a way of making that work?
What we have built here in the project called the Sahara Forest project is a pilot facility that is containing some core technologies. We have concentrated solar power, which we use seawater to cool through a new technology we have developed with saltwater cooled greenhouses that evaporate salt water and produce fresh water and perfect growing conditions even in the summertime here. And this is also connected with this region's biggest algae facility. And we have also developed some outdoor seawater evaporation hedges that is very cheap and create cool conditions and very good for growing. So just the last weeks since we started up the project here, the desert around us starts to be green, and it's fantastic to experience.
Okay, so this is a pioneering scheme, you said a unique scheme. Obviously, if we're using seawater for beneficial effects, is this something that could and should be applied much wider? It sounds like the answer should be yes.
I've been working many years and been on many climate negotiations, and I'm tired of talking. I think that we need to act, and we cannot only wait for the industry. So as an NGO, we said, okay, let's move ahead. We developed this technology with symbiosis between biology and synergy between technology. I think this is a game changer, and what we see already after the first weeks is that this is a very interesting project. If we succeed, we're going to test it hard the next year, this pilot facility. But this will be possible to apply to all deserts that is not higher than 200 meters above the sea level. And we will be able to produce a large amount of energy, fresh water and food. And that's exactly what we need to meet the challenges.
You work as an advisor also to the European Union, European Commission, is that right? So how can the work you're doing here be applied, the knowledge, what you learn here, be applied to the wider question, Europe and beyond?
I both work as a vice chairman of the European Technology Platform for Carbon Capture and Storage, and I'm also on the board of the Biofuel Technology Platform. When the climate panel in 2007 said that we had to reduce the emissions with 80%, we saw that there were very few other options to increase the target from 50 to 80 without combining carbon capture and storage with biomass. Next question is, how do we get enough biomass? And if we are going to produce a lot more biomass, we cannot use fresh water. And therefore we developed these saltwater technologies because there is an enormous potential to go carbon negative, and I think that we have to understand that the future energy production is not going to be done with expensive constructions like oil drilling in the Arctic or nuclear power plants. We need to employ people, and what we do here is a future that I think could enable the developing countries in MENA region to produce enormous amount of energy and food in a sustainable or even go further in a restorative way, and that's what we need now.